American Graduate Getting to Work is made possible by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting.
This is a production of PBS Charlotte.
Tonight on Carolina Impact.
Well, the cars go from 0 to 60 in 5 seconds or less. But learning how to fix those cars could have you going from 0 to 40,000 in 3 months or less. I'm Jeff Saunders. Stick around. We'll tell you how a local college and a car company are teaming up to accelerate success.
Plus, this company's got the world's hottest pepper and the Guinness record to prove it. We'll introduce you to the South Carolina folks who've taken the social media world by storm with it. And she's the Little Mermaid at Cuthbertson High School. Find out who she's honoring in her performance as we gear up for the Bloomy Awards, our area's biggest night for high school musical theater. Carolina Impact starts right now.
Carolina Impact, covering the issues, people, and places that impact you. This is Carolina Impact.
Good evening. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Amy Burkett. Sometimes an education is more than just classes, and a job is more than just a paycheck. Sometimes it's a chance to make up for past mistakes, to change your life, to give your family more. This week, we introduce you to a former high school dropout who made the hard decision to go back to school, and the new program at Central Piedmont Community College that's providing her and her kids the life she's always wanted for them. It's part of PBS Charlotte's American Graduate Getting to Work 3D project, Dreamers, Doers, Destiny. Jeff Saunders on campus with more.
Yeah, you know, not everybody who graduates from college gets the job they're looking for, and not every job turns into the career maybe they're hoping for. But imagine getting all three, the graduation, the job, and the career, all in the same day.
Annalisa Sansone. She is staying in Charlotte.
It's graduation day at Central Piedmont Community College, and Annalisa Sansone is the only female in this class.
The guys really didn't treat me too differently.
The only single parent in this class.
Well, being a mom, you're used to having to do things, just go, go, go all the time.
The only graduate with a 3-year-old on her lap, plus 2 more kids at home.
I had to change. I had to work for what I wanted, and I lost a lot of sleep and time for myself, and even time with my kids to get where I am now.
Where Annalisa is now is Tesla, the company that's building state-of-the-art electric cars. And even launching them to Mars.
Is there life on Mars?
The cars that you work on, you never can tell where they're going to end up.
3, 2, 1.
Tesla and Central Piedmont are snipping the ribbon on what they call the Tesla START program, the company providing the college with this fleet of new Tesla cars and equipment.
We need to do more than just design and build electric vehicles.
And Central Piedmont, one of only 2 colleges in the country, providing Tesla with the teachers and the high-tech training for a new generation of Tesla technicians, learning the cutting-edge skills to keep these cutting-edge cars rolling.
At the end of the day, our mission is about our students and putting them into a workforce where they can live a great life, have a tremendous career, sustainable wage, and just do amazing things. So if our student graduates who are going to champion and celebrate in a few minutes would stand, we'd like to honor you first thing this morning.
These 13 CPCC trainees are the first Tesla START graduates in the country, the first anywhere.
Matthew Plummer, Nashville, Tennessee.
And that's part of what this 13-week immersion is, right? It's quick, it's hard, it's like, hey, trying to learn a whole new technology, whether you've worked on cars before or haven't, is quite an endeavor. And the amount of dedication and work that you guys have done to get you prepared is absolutely awe-inspiring.
I was living with my parents. I had to move back in with no hope of moving out if I kept doing what I was doing. I just knew that I had to work to get what I wanted. I had to just stuff down all my anxiety and my fear of failing. I'd rather fail than say I never tried. One of the assignments in class, we had to pick each car, take it completely apart.
Here at Tesla's Charlotte showroom and service center, where she works now, there's not much Annalisa doesn't know about these cars on the showroom floor. She's not a trainee anymore. Annalisa's a high-tech professional now, with a promising future for her and for her young family.
Now they know that we're going to move out soon. They're going to have bedrooms, maybe a yard. They're going to definitely have a better life. I can spend more time with them. We can actually go on a vacation or something.
This partnership provides job opportunities for our students. These students are able to graduate and immediately enter the workforce, immediately. So it doesn't take them 6 months to find a job and send out their resume and go through Career Builder. They're immediately finding employment, and that is something to be proud of.
It's a cut the cake, happy ending, just the beginning story for Annalisa and the other START program graduates. A story that Tesla and the college hope to keep telling over and over.
We are so excited for your success, excited that all of you have a new career with Tesla, and that you're going to be going out all over the country to represent not only that wonderful company, but this great college. So would you, as we get started, give our graduates a tremendous round of applause, and to our great partners.
And of course the cars. Everybody loves the cars. By the way, the Tesla training that students get here at Central Piedmont, well, part of it involves teams of students taking apart an entire Tesla vehicle, then putting the whole car back together again, piece by piece. And those Tesla graduates, well, they're not just working here in Charlotte, but they're fanning out to Tesla service centers nationwide. 13 Central Piedmont graduates so far, hopefully a lot more to come. Amy?
Thanks so much, Jeff. Right now, Tesla isn't saying what their newly trained technicians are making, but we went online and found several websites that show typical tech salaries at Tesla are between $20 and $24 an hour. That's roughly $43,000 to almost $50,000 a year, plus great benefits. And for a single mother of 3 like Annalisa, that really is a life changer. Would you try the world's hottest pepper and do it on video? I know I wouldn't. Plenty of people have, and millions of others have watched them. The pepper, called the Carolina Reaper, has become a social media phenomenon, and it all began right here in the Carolinas. Carolina Impact's Suzanne Stevens has more on the owner who backs up his pepper's popularity with science and business savvy.
We just debuted the Curry Organics line. It's the first USDA certified line of hot sauce and salsa.
Listen to our story about a man named Ed Curry. He owns this unassuming hot sauce shop in Fort Mill, South Carolina. He sells hot pepper seeds, nuts, ketchup, barbecue sauce, and a ton of other things. And this is just a quaint little storefront on Main Street in small town USA. Or is it? Puckerbutt ships out product to people all over the world, sauces and seeds, so people can grow the world's hottest pepper at home and feel a personal connection. There's also a huge demand, in part because of YouTube. People love to take pictures of themselves eating the world's hottest pepper.
These were sent to us by Smokin' Ed Curry. I know I'm gonna fail.
Oh my God. Woo!
Yeah, that's a hot pepper. Ooh, that's hot. It is really, really hot.
Oh, my tongue is burning!
Why do people do this?
Those of us who might have a propensity for addiction, you know, we like thrill-seeking behavior. So eating hot stuff is just another form of an outlet for our normal wants and needs.
Back in the store, we witnessed something like this. Dennis Tager decided he wanted to sample the oil extract from the hottest pepper. Really?
It feels like somebody's just taking a match and they're just holding it there. I'm good. I'm not good. Oh, there's a lot of regrets.
Poor Dennis.
There's a whole bunch of regrets.
So, this is the famous pepper. It's called the Carolina Reaper. Curry invited us to the chemistry lab at Winthrop University that did the official measurements of the heat units for the Book of Records. Professor Cliff Calloway does the research. Trust the chemistry professor to know better than all those people on YouTube.
I've never tasted a Carolina Reaper, and probably will never taste a Carolina Reaper and so forth too, at least not intentionally.
Before these peppers get to the lab, they have to grow somewhere, and some of the plants grow here at a farm in Fort Mill.
These are our transplants. We move things from 288 trays into these 50 trays, and that way the plant can grow tall enough to be transplanted into the ground.
This greenhouse is full of Carolina Reaper plants, and one that Curry claims is even hotter. Right now, it's just called Pepper X.
So as soon as the delta on the Reaper starts leveling out, we'll release the next one, but this time maybe not release the seeds.
Curry was able to get this farm certified organic. He's the only one with organic hot peppers. Then Curry decided to plant organic pepper farms all over the country. He needed them in other areas in case a hurricane or frost blew out the crop here. And that volume allowed him to land some big contracts.
And we finally got a break with a company called Garden Fresh that started, they started buying mash from us because we were kosher and organic. And that ballooned into U.S. Foods and Campbell's.
More than 1,000 food manufacturers now use pucker butt peppers as an ingredient in their products. You might have heard Ed just say his pepper mash. Well, that is what is in all these 5-gallon barrels stored in a secret warehouse or storage room. Okay, it's more like a garage. Pepper mash is a liquid, and the only fresh organic mash in the entire country is in this room. Okay, one more secret plant lab to show you.
So this is where we grow our secret peppers. You've been to the farm where we do, our industrial work.
These are Ed's babies in research and development. These are crossbred pepper plants. Yes, they're all hotter than the Reaper, but many are duds.
For example, number 54 and 55 have not sprouted yet.
Ed has degrees in economics, accounting, chemistry, and biology. He does his own cross-pollinating by hand.
My mother was a master gardener. She showed me how to do things in her garden. Graduated on to some other stuff I might have been growing in the 70s and 80s.
He says he's only about 10% successful in this room, but the payoff will be big.
This is where the stuff that I've been breeding over the last few years, where we grow it here and then we take it to a secret farm that no one knows about. And that's where we breed it out for seed stock and keep generations going.
And that's the story of a man named Ed and his little old pepper company. Oh, that he is planning to take public one day soon. Watch out, Wall Street. For Carolina Impact, I'm Suzanne Stevens.
Thanks, Suzanne. My mouth is hot just watching that story. I'm such a pansy. I can't take hot things. Some days I think pepper's too hot. Well, security is incredibly tight at the Pepper Company. All employees must sign confidentiality agreements. Curry says he's constantly at risk of someone stealing his new peppers. Everyone wants the world's hottest pepper, and the Carolina Reaper has had that distinction since 2013. Well, to earn the distinction of being called a Bloomy Award winner is a big deal too. It is Bloomy Awards season, which is one of my favorite times of the year. This is when the best of the best high school musicals and talented teens across our region are nominated for their excellence. Tonight we introduce you to a young lady from Cuthbertson High School who plays the title role in Disney's The Little Mermaid. Carolina Impact's Suzette Rhee has more on why this role means just so much to her.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
At Cuthbertson High School in Union County, the spring production this year is The Little Mermaid.
How about we try this? We're going to do it again.
Taking on one of Disney's most beloved stories, calls for big sets, elaborate costumes,
mysterious fathoms below,
and of course, the actress to play the title role.
So right here, warm as love.
Like so many little girls, Maggie Tisdale says she pretended to be the Little Mermaid for years every time she went swimming. So to actually play this character on stage, well, for Tisdale, it's a reunion with her childhood.
What is it?
It's a dingo hopper.
I'd never done anything as happy and exciting as she is, and getting to sing songs that I've sang since I was 5 years old is really fun, and just bringing all of that back to life it's just been really fun for me.
She was the quiet, shy girl who took drama class as a freshman. She worked behind the scenes and played supporting roles. Drama teacher Joy Winters says watching Tisdale grow as a performer and a person has been a gift.
She works as hard now probably harder than she did when she felt she had something to prove. And she has nothing to prove. We all know what she can do, that she can dance, and she can act, and she can sing, and she's a complete package besides just being an amazing human being.
The magic of Disney has always been very important to Maggie and her family. In fact, the Tisdale family go to Disney World every year. Maggie lost her dad to cancer last fall, but she says he is always with her, especially when she's on stage. Tisdale says after her dad died, it was the theater that helped her navigate those incredibly hard, incredibly raw early days.
I think once Little Mermaid audition started up, I definitely got back into my element. Everything felt more normal, but there's still always that like pang, and it grief hits you at random times. It's never like a constant thing, but it comes and you never really expect it.
Tisdale's mom says the theater group at Cuthbertson definitely helped her daughter deal with life and loss. But her mom says the theater also helped her daughter to discover life's passion as well.
With everything that happened, over the last couple of years, I think for us, we realize how important it is to be happy in life. And if this is what makes her happy, it makes us happy.
How many wonders can one cavern hold?
And make no mistake, the stage, the music, the performance in front of a live audience, this is her happy place. And those who know her best say she puts in the work to back it all up.
She always commits 100% to everything, whether it's a small thing we're doing in class or it's a major role like she's doing in The Little Mermaid. Her work ethic always shows through.
She just has so much focus. She practices all the time.
Up where they walk, up where they run.
And that's what it takes to play a mermaid living under the sea. Tisdale practices moving on stage like she's moving in water. She wears shoes that have wheels to give her character the ability to glide across the stage. She brings to life an iconic character that she knows all too well. Her mom thinks this is life coming full circle for Tisdale to end her high school theater career with a role that is so special to the family, to her dad.
I feel that every time. I just know that he's there. I know he's watching.
Maggie says one of the last things her dad told the family before he passed was to go and live their dream. While she never imagined doing that without him, Maggie says the theater has given her a path forward. And this year's Little Mermaid at Cuthbertson High School will deliver a memorable and powerful performance. She will, of course, miss having her dad in the audience, but as she says, she knows he's always with her, especially here. For Carolina Impact, I'm Suzette Ree.
Thanks so much, Suzette. The Bloomy Awards air only on PBS Charlotte, May 29th, and that's thanks to our friends at Wells Fargo. Jay Everett joins me now with more. Jay, thanks so much for being with us. We so appreciate that collaboration between nonprofits and for-profits to do good things for our community, and you have been a part of the Bloomies since the very beginning. Why is it so important for Wells Fargo to partner in this way?
Well, this is the 8th year in a row that we've actually sponsored the Bloomy Awards, and it's the 3rd year that we've provided some underwriting assistance to WTVI to broadcast it to our greater community. And we like doing this work because it fits with what our foundation is focused on. We focus on education initiatives, but we also focus on arts and culture and making experiences accessible for people in the community in that space. And this program is really an intersection of those two things.
And you know, there's so much research that's been done that musical theater, involvement in that in high school, actually helps students perform better in their academics?
It's true. So again, with that intersection between education and the arts, we've done a lot of work and we look at a lot of national studies. There's a great study from Stanford University that says that proves actually that students that are involved in especially music and theater always perform better than other groups of students that don't have access to that experience in both math and English. And it's a proven quantitative study. And so when you take a step back, what we find is that the arts at a school level tend to get students engaged. There's lower time away from school and truancy. There's better academic performance, and it just gives students a perspective and experience that they may not have otherwise, but there are direct links to academic performance as well.
One of the things we love leading up to the Bloomie Awards are doing the behind-the-scenes stories at the schools and seeing how important the teachers, the role that the teachers play to give these young people great opportunities, and you folks really have a commitment to teachers as well.
Yeah, so we do a lot to support teachers, and it includes teacher training, development, and retention, but with this particular program, one of the things we've been able to do is sponsor a national level award. It's called the Inspiring Teacher Award, and it's presented in New York City as part of the national program called the Jimmies, very similar to the Bloomies, but just on a national level. And it actually honors teachers that do an outstanding job working with their students, encouraging them, training them, encouraging them to do more. And it's just a nice way to recognize the incredibly hard work that teachers do and instructors do. You know, this one's in the space of musical theater, but we do it across the country for all different levels of teacher academic performance and teacher academic achievement, and just for teacher recognition.
So there'll be winners from the Bloomies, Best Actress and Best Actor, that will be performing live at the Jimmies, and this is the first year they'll be able to see it live stream thanks to Wells Fargo coming up in June as well.
Yeah, thanks, Amy. We've gotten so involved with this program that we realize that it all culminates in this incredible experience in New York City for these students from all across the country. And it's a live performance at the Minskoff Theater where The Lion King is performed. And it's such a great night, but it was not broadcast in any way. So we worked with the national sponsoring organization and provide underwriting to allow it to be live streamed across the country. So whether you're in the greater Charlotte region and you're pulling for someone from this market, or you're in San Antonio or San Francisco or Minneapolis or New York City itself, you can actually tune in online and watch the live experience of the National Jimmy Awards.
Here's what I love, the continuum of how all these students get involved. While only 2 students from our area get to go to those Jimmy Awards, there are a lot more students that are going to have an opportunity to participate in something called Broadway Dreams.
Right.
Help us understand that and the fact that Wells Fargo is making it happen for these young people.
Well, thanks. It's another point of integration on this whole program, but the way the program works is very much like the Tonys. They are nominees for Best Actor and Best Actress, and they all get to perform on stage at the Bloomie Awards. But what we realized was that they were all so outstanding, and each of them, only 2 of them get to go to New York for the national experience, but each of them deserve further training and development and opportunity. So we have partnered with an organization called Broadway Dreams. They come to Charlotte and provide a 1-week intensive experience, and they bring in actual Broadway actors and actresses, talent scouts, university level vocal coaches, and they're given this very intense Broadway training experience, and it leads up to a performance at the end of their time together during that week. And we just felt that it was a nice way to recognize the outstanding work and talent of all of those semifinalists.
So many good things. The Bloomies are my favorite time of year. Thank you so much for Wells Fargo and all the support that you do to allow these nonprofits to make a big impact on young people's lives. We appreciate it.
It's our honor to help work with you guys to bring it to the community.
You can't talk about beach music without talking about the Shaggers, who make the music come alive. We've shared the bands, the music, and the culture. Tonight, we focus on those dancers, Shaggers as they're called. From the past, the present, and the future, Carolina Impact's Jason Terzis has more in our special series, Summer, Sand, and Shag.
Mr. Shag, JoJo and Joanne.
1983, Joanne Johnson and JoJo Putnam hit the dance floor. Beach music and the Shag were at their pinnacle, and there was no duo on the floor better than Joanne and JoJo.
When she and JoJo Putnam used to get out there, it was just unbelievable.
I watched the energy of this couple, and this couple had brought the music to life.
and just the energy of the entire crowd watching them improv around the music was just magic.
For Joanne, it started when she was just 11, entering and winning her first Jitterbug contest. She was hooked.
Drinking wine, Spodioti came on the jukebox out there, and Lord have mercy, I thought I was in hog heaven then.
Soon, Joanne began regularly entering and winning dance contests, and by then, the shag was all the rage.
I just always danced. It's always been in my blood. Nobody has taught me anything, maybe a step, but nobody taught me to dance. I just danced.
When she wasn't on the dance floor, Joanne would be up in the DJ booth, spinning tunes for other shaggers. And from the looks of things, she always did it with style and flair.
She was playing music at Steak and Ale on Almar Road.
And I played there for 8 years. And in between that, I played at the Holiday Inn on Independence Boulevard for 3 years there.
She became such a well-known DJ that clubs all around the country called for her services. She's played in about half of the states.
One club after another would hire me.
And she'd always bring her own music, old school records and 45s. She has thousands of them.
3,000 in the LPs, which isn't much. And don't ask me the 45s, I don't know.
That's such a testament to the love of the music.
That's just my life. Music and dancing.
In 1985, Joanne was inducted into the Beat Shaggers National Hall of Fame. 4 years later, she went into the DJ Hall of Fame, making her the first woman to be inducted into both.
That was good. I like that.
Even now in her 80s, this great-great-grandmother still enjoys queuing up records and playing shag hits. But there's just one problem. Joanne can no longer dance herself. Years of dancing took its toll, leading to 2 knee replacement surgeries.
Well, I had this one done about 8 years ago, and it's fine. This one got to hurting so bad I had to have it done. It's just, I danced so much.
But somehow, some way, she's determined to one day get back out there.
One way or the other, I'm gonna be dancing. I've got to. I can't stand it. I go out to the clubs and sit. I can't stand it. It just kills me.
I like the way you walk, the way you dance.
The current queen of the shag scene is Nikki Contoulis.
That's one of the best dancers you've seen in a long time.
She is just phenomenal. She just absolutely mesmerizes you when she hits the floor.
Nikki was introduced to the shag by her mother when she was just a little girl.
And she wanted me to learn how to shag, and I thought, no, I don't want to. That's what old people do.
But at age 11, and after seeing some younger kids do the shag, Nikki had a change of heart.
And I thought, okay, young people do this. This is cool. Like, maybe I'll try it. So I took some lessons, and I got bit by the bug, and been going at it ever since.
Tonight we're gonna rock away all the blues.
Now in her mid-30s, Nikki has been competing for over 25 years. She's won numerous titles from the National Shag Dance Championships and served as a member, choreographer, and captain of the National Shag Championship team.
She's so smooth. She can do anything.
Being able to have a conversation with someone out there, not say a word, but just to share the bond and love of music. I've done swing dancing and all types of other dances, and there's nothing like shag dancing.
In many instances, the shag is handed down, generation to generation. Parents and grandparents teaching the dance to their kids. It's all one big family.
The survival of the dance and the music is now with the juniors.
That's why Lynn's Dance Club in Charlotte offers shag lessons for juniors.
So my grandparents, once they retired, they kind of got back into dancing, so they got me into it. They taught me how to do the basic, and I came to Lynn's, and I started learning more.
He went to SOS not really thinking, what he was doing. He just kind of went because it was a week at the beach, which he thought was fun. And then I was like, okay, I'll go next year, and then I went next year, and I loved it.
I really loved it so much, and I got really good at it, and I got to where I am today as a competitive shag dancer competing at national championships.
We support the junior shaggers tremendously because of the importance of keeping the music and the dance alive.
From the days gone by to those dominating the dance floor now, and to the future generations, the shag is in good hands. For Caroline Impact, I'm Jason Terses reporting.
Thank you so much, Jason. I've got my dancing shoes on. Our latest Living History documentary is headed your way in early June. Please check your local listings for summer, sand, and shag. Well, that wraps things up for us this evening. Thank you so much for your time. We always appreciate your time, and we look forward to seeing you back here again next time on Carolina Impact. Good night, my friends.
a production of PBS Charlotte.
American Graduate Getting to Work is made possible by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting.